Hello, my name is Lauren Ashley Ford, and I'm a senior here at Eastern Kentucky University. As a student, you receive a lot of information about different policies. One policy that is very important that you might be unaware of is the Academic Integrity Policy. This is important because a violation could affect your academic career as well as future job opportunities. The video you are about to see will help you understand the Academic Integrity Policy and its process here at the university. Let me set the stage for you. Kara and Kristen are roommates who both have Dr. Willis for class. Kara has Dr. Willis for the morning class and Kristen takes her evening class. They both have papers due. In this scene, Kristen asks Kara for help with her paper.
Hey Rams, what are you doing?
Hey. Oh, hey, Mike. I don't know what to do. This assignment's due tonight and it's a lot harder than I expected. I thought I could knock it out in a couple of hours. Did you have to do chapter 3 for Dr. Willis's class?
Yeah, once you get organized, it's not too bad. I turned mine in this morning, but I can help you so you at least have the part for tonight. Let's see.
This is what really confuses me.
Yeah, if you take that, it will help you with that.
Hey, we have the game, so we have to go. So.
Okay, I have to take him to his flag football game.
Oh no, do you think you could leave a copy of your paper so I could get some ideas from it?
I didn't print it off, but it is on my computer. I'll let you look at it. Just make sure you save it again and then recharge it once you're done.
Awesome, thanks. I'm just so nervous because I had no idea it was going to be this hard. I'll make sure to save it and plug it in.
Okay. It's on my desktop. There you go. All right, we're gonna go. I'll be back later, but I'm sure you'll pick a great topic.
Thanks.
See ya. Goodbye.
Bye. Wow, this is really good. There's no way I can do this. Well, Kara's class was at 8 a.m. If I change up a few things,
Kara and Kristen turned their papers in to Dr. Willis last week. Kara is on campus talking to her boyfriend Mike when she receives an unexpected email from Dr. Willis. Dr. Willis wants to meet with her and Kristen immediately. Kara hurries back to their apartment to find Kristen to figure out what is going on.
All right, Mike, I'll just call you after class. Okay, bye. What the? Hey, did you get that email from Dr. Willis? What's going on?
I'm so sorry. I used parts of your paper in mine.
You did what?
I got all panicky and I didn't think Dr. Willis would notice. I didn't think she read through them all the ways anyway, and we're in 2 different classes.
You have got to be kidding me. I can't believe you would do this. I graduate in 2 weeks and now she's gonna flunk us both.
I know, I'm so sorry. I'll tell her exactly what I did and I'll call and make an appointment for us.
Kara is definitely upset about what Kristen has done. Kara has had Dr. Willis in other classes, and Dr. Willis has always gone over the cheating and plagiarism policies and what could happen if a student cheated. Even though Kristen explained the situation, Kara is still worried about their meeting with Dr. Willis. In the next 2 scenes, Dr. Willis has to make a decision concerning the incident and the students involved.
Oh, hi. I was expecting you. Come on in. And have a seat. Kara, before you sit down, would you pull that door too, please? Thank you. I'm guessing that you both have some idea about why I've asked you to come in here for this meeting. The papers that you've submitted for my class contain entirely too many similarities for me to regard them as merely coincidental. So I'd like to give you some opportunity to explain how this has occurred.
It's all my fault. Kara had nothing to do with it. I just asked her to use her paper so I could get some ideas, and then I ended up taking parts of it and putting it in my own. She didn't even know about it.
Is this the explanation you have?
Well, I just gave her my computer so she could see the setup of the paper, and then I had to leave to take my boyfriend to flag football. I had no idea that she was going to put my paper into hers.
Well, that sounds like a plausible explanation to me. In that case, Kira, I think I can let you go.
Okay.
But I'm going to need to talk some more with you.
Let's pause for a moment. You just saw somebody escape. However, it doesn't always happen like that. Let's see how it could have turned out.
Kara, I know that in your view you haven't done anything wrong. You didn't give Kristen your work so that she could copy it, and you were unaware that she intended to copy it. However, the University Academic Integrity Policy considers cheating to be giving assistance to a student on academic work in a way that's not authorized by the instructor. Were you aware of that? And it further considers cheating as providing collaboration on academic work in a way that's not authorized by the instructor. So that you understand that she couldn't have copied your work without your participation, and that she wouldn't have been able to cheat if you hadn't helped her by giving her your work. Let me read you a sentence from the Academic Integrity Policy. It states, "Anyone who knowingly assists in any form of academic dishonesty shall be considered as responsible as the student who accepts such assistance and shall be subject to the same sanctions." Therefore, you will receive the same sanctions as Kristen. So when a student asks you to help with academic work in a way that is not authorized by the professor, that student is asking you to cheat, and you can be punished just as severely as the student who does the copying. A person who would expose you to such penalties is not your friend.
Now we will see how Dr. Willis's decision affects Kristen.
Well, Kristen, you've done the right thing to accept responsibility for what you've done, but you've committed a serious violation of university policy, and therefore there's some sanctions that are going to be applied. My decision has been to give you an F on the assignment that you've copied, and also to cap your grade in the course at a C, so that no matter your grades up to this time, nor what you complete during the rest of the semester, the highest grade you can receive in the course will be a C. Now, you do have a right to appeal these sanctions if you choose, but let me tell you what accepting them would involve. There would be a form that you would sign accepting the sanctions, and this form would go on file in the Office of Student Rights and Responsibilities. It would stay there for 5 years. Should you choose to waive your confidentiality to that file, then an employer or an academic program might examine that, but there will be no permanent record of this violation on your academic transcript, assuming that you do not repeat the offense.
I completely understand. I'm so sorry. I wish I could take it back, and I know I made a huge mistake, and it'll never happen again.
If you agree to accept these sanctions, then here's a form, and this is what you sign, and this is what goes on file in the Office of Student Rights and Responsibilities.
In that scene, Kristen accepted responsibility and the sanctions that Dr. Willis gave her. But Kristen also had the choice not to accept the sanctions.
Kristen, if you should choose to accept these sanctions, then you would sign this form right here, and this is what would go on file in the Office of Student Rights and Responsibilities.
I just don't think I'm going to be able to accept this. I don't think that it's fair. I've worked really hard, and even if I ace the final, the highest grade I would be able to get is a D in the class. And I'm trying to get in the education program, and I just don't think that my whole future should be dictated by one mistake. And I think that I should have an opportunity to redo this since it was my first mistake.
Well, I understand how you feel, and I regret very much that this has happened. But I'm going to hold to that decision. So let me explain to you what happens next. You will sign the form to indicate that you do not accept the sanctions. The form is again forwarded to the Office of Student Rights and Responsibilities, and then they will contact you by email to set up an appointment with you with Dr. Christensen, who will hear your reasons.
Kristen signed the form not to accept the sanctions. She is now on her way to the Office of Student Rights and Responsibilities.
Hello, may I help you?
I'm here for an appointment with Dr. Christensen.
Okay, just one moment. Mr. Christensen, your 1:30 appointment is here. Look at this way. Bert, this is your 1:30 appointment, Kristen Hopkins.
Hi.
Hello, Kristen. How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Why don't you sit right here?
Thank you.
Kristen, I'm sure you understand why you're here today. Is that right?
I met with Dr. Willis, and I was caught cheating, and I think that the sanction she gave me is too harsh.
Okay, and I see that you've elected to appeal the sanction that she's imposed upon you. Okay, well, let's talk about that. Tell me how things happened from your point of view so we can help you moving forward with this appeal.
Right, I'm trying to get into the education program, and I just don't want this to dictate the rest of my future.
So your concern is that if you accept this sanction, that it will cause you difficulty in your additional college career.
Exactly.
Well, let's talk about how the process will go from here. Once you've confirmed here that you want to continue this appeal, then we'll have our secretary, Rella, will contact you, contact Dr. Willis, and contact the dean of your college to arrange for a hearing panel. The members of the panel will be 5 people. 2 of them will be students from your college, and 3 of them will be faculty members. 1 will be a faculty member from the department where this incident occurred, and the other 2 will be members of the college at large. Now, some students think that it's not fair to have only 2 students and 3 faculty members on the panel, but it's important for you to understand that in my experience, the students are the hanging judges here. It's going to be more difficult for you to persuade the students that you should be excused from this sanction than it will be the faculty members. The faculty members don't like to punish students. Students are less lenient. So once that panel is identified, then we'll work out a date that is mutually agreeable for all members of the panel. That will be those 5 people that I mentioned, plus you, plus Dr. Willis, plus myself. I will be there as well. And then that hearing should take about an hour. At that hearing, your job isn't to present a defense as you would in court, and it isn't Dr. Willis's responsibility to prosecute. You both are simply witnesses. Dr. Willis will say, here's what I think happened, and here's the evidence that I have to present to show that it happened. And you will say the same thing. You will say, this is what happened from my point of view, and here's my response to the sanction that's imposed. After that is completed, the panel will have an opportunity to ask both of you questions, and then both you and Dr. Willis will be excused for the day, and then the panel will deliberate. They will evaluate the material and statements that you have submitted and made, and they will make a decision. And usually that day, you will get an email, as will all the other participants, from our office that will indicate the decision of the panel. Do you have any questions about that?
Is the punishment that Dr. Willis gave me the worst that could happen?
No, the panel has the freedom to impose either a less serious sanction or a more serious one if they feel that that sanction was not appropriate. Now, it is very rare that the panel will impose a more serious sanction, but it does happen.
Okay.
Do you have any other questions about the hearing?
I don't think so.
Now, here's what's important for you to do between now and then, and that is think through everything that you have to say. You're going to be very nervous at that time. My job there is to understand your side and understand Dr. Willis's side so I can help both of you. While I'm an attorney, I don't represent the university, I don't represent you, I don't represent Dr. Willis. My job is to make sure that the procedures are run correctly so that whatever the decision is, you'll walk away from that hearing feeling that you were fairly heard. We want Dr. Willis to feel the same way, that she was fairly heard, and that the decision of the panel, while one of you will probably not like it, at least both of you will feel that you were heard, you had an opportunity to present your case, and the decision is consistent with the information that is brought forth. Do you have any more questions for me?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, we'll see you at the hearing then.
Thank you.
As you have seen, the choices you make concerning cheating and plagiarism will affect you. However, you can completely avoid a situation like the one you just saw by choosing not to cheat and choosing not to help others to cheat.